Alright, we are back. And now it's time to start working on the player. Shooting mechanics, and first thing that we will need is to have some kind of -1 gun model. And for that, I prepared the SCIF weapons pack. It will be attached on this video. You can download it, it will be in the zip folder. You can download it, unzip, and then simply drag and drop this folder into this. Somewhere in this assets window, and you will see this folder SCIF pack. Here we open the models. Basically, we have this rifle, knife, grenade, and pistol, and we'll work on this rifle. So what I will do, I will drag and drop my rifle in the scene. Just like these. Let's change rotation to be 180. And also let's change the scale, because I think it looks a little bit big for our player. Let's make Y and Z to be 0.8 and 0.8. And now let's position this rifle just like this. Let's go in the game wheel. This is how our rifle will look like. Yeah, I think it looks fine. Of course, you can use any other assets of the guns that you want. It might be still a little bit too long, but doesn't really matter right now. What we can do, we should basically assign and make this rifle to be child of the player in order to work. But before we do that, you see this rifle has different kind of icon. It means that it's part of the prefab right now. So what I will do, I will just right click on the rifle. I will go in prefab and I will sell example completely. And that's pretty much it. Now, we can simply drag and drop this rifle into the player. So that's a player is parent, rifle is child, and now we hit play. This rifle will go with our player. And as you see is indeed going. We can move, we can change directions, and so on. So very nice. It means that everything is working with the rifle. Next step will be to make this rifle to shoot. While shooting, we can slice with two parts to be easier for you to understand. And well, in the first part, what we will do, we will make our bullets to appear into our scene. When we, for example, touch specific key, for example, some left click, mouse click. And to do that, we obviously will need to have C# script. So in the scripts folder, let's create new C# script. I already created one and I called it player shooting. You can call same or you can call just shooting. However you like. Just make sure to assign the script into the player. So just drag and drop it into your player. I think I already did it, yes indeed. I have player shooting script here. And now let's double click to open individual story. Now what we need here, we will need to reference to few things. First of all, we will need to have some kind of fire point, which we position at the end of the scan. And let's create fire point for our rifle. So in the we can do it in the rifle. So in the rifle reds, right click, create empty. And let's call this one fire horse. And we should, as I said, position this fire pause at the end of the gun. So it will be our firing point. And if free remote positioning. These kind of empty game objects can be tricky, but no worries. You can rotate your mouse if you hold out. We will position it in front of this gun. Try to make have some space between the fire position at the end of the gun, not to interact with our bullets with the gun. And I think it will be fine. We position it right here. Yeah, indeed looks fine from all of the directions. Just make sure to check from all of the directions to have correct position. And well, we will need to reference for that prior position. So we will say public transform. Let's call this one fire pause. Also, we will need a reference for our bullets, which we will create. So public game object, and let's call this one bullets. And well, in the update, as I said, we will say simple logic, that if we are touching specific key, well, I will do it on the mouse. Left mouse click where it's turned out way. So if inputs dots get mouse button down. And in brackets we can say 0, which you already know. It means left click and something should happen right. We should shoot, but we don't have shooting function just yet. So outside of the update, let's create void shoot just like this. And here we will use instantiate metal. So we can say instantiate. Now this instantiate metal means that we are creating something in the sea. And what we want to create, well, it needs to have few parameters in the brackets. First, think that we should tell what we are creating. Well, we are creating bullet, obviously. After that, we are create we. It needs to know what position to have when our bullets is creating. Well, we want to create our bullet in the fire pose. Right, so we will say fire pose dot position. And then it needs to know what rotation to have. And for that, we can say fire post dot rotation. And we will call the shoot function here when we are touching the left click. So we will pass shoot function right here. And that's pretty much it. We can save the script and we can go back. Let our script compile, and also we should create bullets in order everything to work. So let's quickly create some bullet as a placeholder. For now, in the Iraq is empty space. Let's right-click free the object, and let's use spheres. Let's drag it out. I will change scaling on all of the axes to be 0.2. 0.2, and well, it also needs to have some physical sense to it. So we will create rigid, but we will add rigid body to our bullet. And also change name of the spear to be well. Let's call this one player bullet. It's like this. And well, let's heat add components. And in the search box, we will type redid body. And we will add this rigid body. One more detail we should uncheck. Use gravity because we don't want our bullets to immediately fall down when we create these bullets. And well, also we can freeze rotation on the X, Y, and Z because I think we don't need rotations at all. Let's scroll up. I think this bullet is still a little bit too big. So let's try 0.1s on all of the axes. Yeah, I think 0.1 is more logical size for this kind of bullets, and well, as I said, we should create prefab from these player bullets. And prefabs are just game objects that can be used. A lot of times can be used from the scripts as well, and can be created. So to create prefix, so first thing that we will do, we will create folder for the prefix. So create folder, let's call this one prefix. Let's open this prefix, and to create prefect, we just need to drag and drop the game object in the assets folder right here. So we will drag player bullets in these prefix. And now as you see, it has different color and different icon. It means that now we have player bullet as a prefect. Now we can go in the player. We have the shooting script. And it needs to have few things that we should assign. Just remember in the bullet, we should assign our prefab, not display your bullet that we have right now. In the hierarchy, we will actually display your bullet from the hierarchy because we don't need it anymore. So let's scroll down from. We will drag player bullet in the bullet field, and we will drag fire position in the fire position field. And well, now we hit play. You will see that's when we touch the left click. Our bullet is created, of course. It doesn't have any kind of force and speed and direction to actually go forward. But the main point is that when we click left click, we have the bullets. I'll end this video over here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any new videos. See you in the next videos.